Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to yet another video here on the YouTube channel Spillfilling Fellowship. My name is Andres Norwegian Viking, and today we take a closer look at the Battle Company's faction of Isengard. So Isengard is perhaps one of the best beginner armies, in addition to the Ministerial list, as it's quite simple. But then again, you do run into some out of production miniature problems when getting your increases, your promotions. Isengard is driven by Saruman's promises of eternal war and man flesh upon where they may feast. The Uruk of High of Isengard are fearsome warriors. Descending upon enemy combatants and innocent alike, they will not stop their wanton destruction until all that once good and beautiful is no more. So quite a destructive force here, but you will see that there's a lot of tactics behind it, and it can be quite fun to play, even though it's straightforward to go and kill in the beginning at least. So the example starting company is as follows. Of course, every time you make a warband, you will have the option to either go for the example starting company or do your own out of reinforcement list. So the example starting company is as follows: 2 Uruk-hai scouts with shield, 2 Uruk-hai scouts with orc bows, 2 orc warriors with spears, 2 orc warriors with shields, for a total of 60 gold, 8-man orc and Uruk warband. For the reinforcement list, you have access to orc warriors for 5 gold, Uruk-hai scouts for 8 gold, and wild wargs for 8 gold. So for the equipment lists, you have the warrior equipment list first, and that is 1 gold for shield, orc bow, pike or spear, 2 gold for crossbow, heavy armor or throwing spears, and then lastly you have 6 golds for a warg. The hero equipment list is as follows. It is a 1/5 gold, the number after the slash being what you have to pay if your hero is 3 or above in attack and wounds combined. So 1/5 gold is shield, orc bow, pike, 2-handed weapon. Then for 2/5 gold you have crossbow, heavy armor and throwing spear, and lastly 6/10 gold for a warg. So promotions. For the promotion list is quite comprehensive, so I will do this slowly. You have Uruk-hai scout will become a marauder or Uruk-hai warrior. So either increased movement or increased defense Uruk-hai. Uruk-hai scout with bow becomes Uruk-hai with crossbows, so increased defense and better shooting weapons. A marauder will then become a feral Uruk-hai, and an Uruk-hai warrior will become an Uruk-hai berserker. An orc warrior will become a warg rider, and an orc warrior with spear will become a warg rider with crude throwing spears. And lastly, the warg will become a fell warg or a warg rider, and I have no doubt in my mind that every single one of you will then take a warg rider, because that's much better. I don't see much use for a fell warg in the battle company line unless you face many elves with cloaks. So you do have special rules and relics for this warband as well, as with everyone, and the way to get special rules and relics is to roll a 5 on the hero advancement table, and after you get 5 or more experience, and then you either choose one of the special rules and relics on your own warband list, or then choose one of the tables in the main rule section from either fighting, shooting or command abilities. So the first one is a shaman. First special rule is a shaman. The hero has begun to learn powerful incantation that spur his warband to fight through the most grievous wounds and paralyze his enemies with fear. The first time this rule is chosen, the hero gains Fury magical power, as described in the main rulebook, that it casts on a 3+ and has a range of 6 inches. Also gains 1 point of will. This means the first time it selects this rule, this points cost will increase 10 rather than the usual 5 points. The second time the hero gains the transfixed magical power, which it casts on a 5+ and has a range of 12. Again, with the second shaman ability, you go up 5 points rather than 10. The next ability is a fell voice on the air. Saruman uses the Palantir to watch and anticipate enemy movements and plan accordingly. Once per game, the player can use this ability or the Palantir to automatically win priority. He must declare that he is using this ability before any dice are rolled for priority. So exactly the same as some of the King's Men warband has as an ability, and can be extremely good, especially when facing cavalry. You can get the charge on them instead of them charging you, especially when your opponent has used their might points and is out, so they can't counter with a heroic move. Next one is Expert Tracker. That's for Uruk-hai only, so no wargs or orcs can take this ability. The leader among the Uruk has proven to excel at tracking man flesh relentlessly. To represent this, model adds 2 to the movement distance and may charge a unit even if they can't draw a line of sight to the target model. So this is of course to lead your marauders. You use this ability to keep up basically. And it's good because you don't have to draw a direct line of sight to charge. Battle Haze is a nice one. Uruk-hai are noted for their mindless brutality and the ability to shrug off wounds that would kill any other creature. Anytime this hero is wounded, he may roll a die and ignore the wound on a roll of a 6+, so basically automatic fury. If you select this rule a second time, the saving throw improves to 5+. The hero may still benefit from fury and choose to use fate for any wounds that are not ignored. So keep in mind that if you come as far as to get a lieutenant that has several will and has the shaman ability at least once and battle haze, you can get a combat monster that will survive everything. So a child fury with battle haze taking 2 times and then fate points. That's a 5+, 5+, 4+. So he will survive everything basically. And then the final rule is a relic. That's Sword of the White Hand, also for Uruk-hai only. Exceptionally well crafted and balanced for an orcish sword, the Sword of the White Hand is deadly in the hands of its wielder. Each fight the hero may choose to either receive a bonus of +1 attack or +1 when rolling to wound. So either use it as a +1 attack or basically burly 2-handed weapon. Only one Uruk-hai may possess the Sword of the White Hand at any one time. So a potentially great ability to have. You get +1 attack when fighting models you know you can wound with your strength 4 or higher, and then when facing models with high defense you can then just use the other ability instead. And lastly, there's a note about the Isengard battle companies. Though awesome combatants, feral Uruk-hai and Uruk-hai berserkers are so consumed with bloodlust that they do not possess the presence of mind to lead their fellow warriors. As such, feral Uruk-hai and Uruk-hai berserkers can never be promoted to heroes. And here I was thinking that I would make feral Uruk-hai ride a warg with the Sword of the White Hand, battle haste ×2 and being a shaman to boot. But that's not possible, sadly. So what would I do? Again, I would not have any orcs. I would try to avoid orcs and just go for normal Uruk-hai scouts. And I would go for 3 heroes and immediately give them heavy armor and shields. and possibly throwing space as well to make them better. You will get between 5 and 6 models this way, but then again it's an elite army, and you can of course make Isengard a non-elite army when using just orcs, but then you lose the ability to have both expert tracker and Sword of the White Hand. And also the other way to other reason to avoid mixed company is of course the Fury Shaman rule, which only works on the same race. So Uruk-hai benefit only Uruk-hai and orcs, and vice versa. So that's my take on the Isengard warband, and yeah, so next time we will talk about another Isengard warband. It's the Shadow of Saruman warband. That's a completely new warband for this iteration of the rules, or rather tomorrow actually. So please join us next time, and as ever, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and support your hobby.